It's time to get your morning started with the news you need to know.
News update.
This is what's trending with DJ and PK. Hashtag NFL.
To put it in simplest terms, if you woke up every morning and I told you you suck at what you did, that you don't belong doing what you do, that you shouldn't be here, that this guy should be here, that you haven't earned this right, and then you have somebody else come in and tell you, dude, you are the best fit for this. Like, you are accurate, you are the best whatever, you are this, you are that. How would it make you feel listening to one or the other? You see what I'm saying? And then you hear it, regardless of what it is, the good or the bad. And you hear it more and more. You start to actually believe that.
There is Tagovailoa, Miami Dolphins quarterback, doing an interview talking about the impact Brian Flores' coaching style had on him and how much happier he is playing for Mike McDaniel. Now that McDaniel is the new head coach and Brian Flores is gone. Although it hasn't really changed the Dolphins' win-loss record, he's just happier.
He wouldn't have been able to play for the Ute basketball team in the 90s, I can tell you that much.
Too much negativity from Rick Majerus at that point. They have been a playoff team the last couple of years, but the playoffs are also bigger than they were. They've expanded and added a team. So, Washington Commanders officially named rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels as their starter. Dan Quinn made the announcement. Jaden Daniels beating out Marcus Mariota, a couple of former Pac-12 guys. Daniels at LSU at the end, obviously, but he was at ASU and Mariota at Oregon, so there you go. And the Chargers quarterback Justin Herbert returns to practice yesterday for the first time since being diagnosed with a plantar fascia injury in his right foot on July 31st. Team expressed confidence that he'll be ready for the season opener when he was diagnosed, and it looks like he's probably on track for that. So, all you fantasy football players getting ready for your drafts out there, there's your quarterback news in the morning. DJ and PK.
Hashtag college football.
There's no negotiating now. Portal's over. Right. All negotiations history. Now we're playing football. You know, the business side of what we do now is we have to have those conversations with them. You know, tell your agent to quit calling us and asking for more money. It's non-negotiable now. Going to start again in December.
Oklahoma State coach Mike Gundy wants to talk football, not money. Portal's closed.
Yeah, you can always tell guys who are secure in their jobs.
He can say
They
stuff.
make statements like that. They show up at conventions, those things. You're not fighting for your job. If you're fighting for your job, you tend not to be out front as much.
BYU offensive coordinator Aaron Roderick said yesterday BYU is not yet ready to name a starting quarterback. Other schools starting to do it. The competition goes on at BYU. Sam Levitt's the guy at Arizona State. Daquan Finn is the starter at Baylor. Miller Moss at USC and Malik Murphy at Duke. But at BYU, we're going to wait a little longer. Going down to the opener here, PK, how much longer can they wait?
I think that they know it, and they're just waiting. And when's the next media availability?
No word.
Right. I think that was planned.
Got it all figured out.
You saw Kalani and A-Rod walking off the field together.
Very slowly, talking at a distance from everyone.
To set up what they were going to say, and now they don't have to announce it. And so they can keep it a secret if that's what they want. And I mean, it doesn't really matter. They're playing Southern Illinois in their opener, right? So everyone will see.
We'll all see then, including SMU.
But they'll have media availability next Monday. At the start of game week, right? Like they always do. They usually go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. The Utes go Monday, Tuesday. And play the cat and mouse game, and maybe they need another day or two. It seems unimaginable to me that they need more evidence. I think they can use more confirmation, but I don't know that they need more evidence. What you're saying now, after all these practices 3 weeks. You need one more practice. That doesn't.
That's
seem
where
like,
they'll really separate.
Yeah. I think you can say, well, let's just hold off. We can go a little more confirmation, that type of thing. I get that. But to think that they need one more practice to really, really make up their mind, no. And then there's no media availability scheduled the rest of the week?
Not as of now, no.
No, yeah. So then they'll either shuck and jive it on Monday or they'll announce it, and then what's the difference? I mean, they don't have a big game. If they don't win convincingly on Saturday a week from,
then they got bigger problems than who the quarterback is.
Yeah. So, and maybe it'll leak out for those who are really interested. I'm not particularly really interested.
Well, I'll find out when they run out on the field for the first time. Someone's going to take that snap.
Yeah, and I believe that they keep telling us they have 2 quarterbacks that they can play and feel very comfortable with, so I believe them.
That will probably happen. It usually does.
I believe when they say that it's a close competition and it's really tight, and I believe they believe that it's from a position of strength, not a position of weakness.
We can get into that coming up in the question of the day. We will do that next. DJ and PK.
Hashtag NBA.
Amazon founder Jeff Bezos is reportedly considering a bid to buy the Boston Celtics. Bill Simmons reporting he's hearing the NBA wants the franchise to sell for $6 billion. Establish a price with that sale as a precursor to the expected expansion of the league in the future. If you charge this for the Celtics, what can you charge for brand new teams, say, just in Seattle and Vegas, to pick a couple cities off the top of my head and off the top of everybody's head? $6 billion. The price tag just keeps going up, and Bezos can pay that if he wants. Miami coach Eric Spoelstra and LA Clippers coach Ty Lue are the top candidates to become head coach of Team USA, as Golden State Warriors coach Steve Kerr is expected to step down from the position following the gold medal winning performance in Paris, saying he didn't anticipate to continue past these Paris games. And both those guys, of course, were on the bench. They were assistants in the last Olympics. DJ and PK.
Hashtag Major League Baseball.
Swung on, deep to center field. In Miami, it is gone! Oh, bienvenidos, Adrian Del Castillo. It is a grand slam, and the Diamondbacks explode for a 4-0 lead.
Swinging a high fly ball into left center. Arden going back on the warning track. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. Here comes Bogarts. He scores standing. It's a bases clearing double for Jackson Merrill. It's 5-2 in the 3rd.
The 3-0 swung on, hit deep to left center. This might do it. Back near the wall. It is gone. Put it in the box. Francisco Alvarez with a towering game-winning home run.
Francisco Alvarez walking it off. The Mets beat the Orioles 4-3. The Orioles battling for that top spot in the American League East. They are a half game behind the Yankees. You also heard Jackson Merrill in there. 3-run double. Padres beat the Twins 5-3. That broke open a 2-2 game, and the Padres go on to get the win. They are 3 games behind the Dodgers. Max Muncy, returning from the injured list, hits a 2-run homer, and the Dodgers beat the Mariners 3-0. Diamondbacks keeping pace with everybody. They hammered the Marlins 9-6 here, the grand slam that got them started there. Well, the Dodgers are getting good news on the injury list, PK. The Braves get bad news. Third baseman Austin Riley, broken hand, hit on the hand by a pitch. He's out 6 to 8 weeks, so that's the rest of the regular season and maybe some playoffs too as well. They already lost Ronald Acuna Jr. They've had some other injuries along the way. 6 straight division titles, but they're 7 games down to the Phillies now. It looks like that streak is about to end.
It do.
Salt Lake Bees open a series tonight. They've got the Round Rock Express at Smith's Ballpark. First pitch set for 6:35. Tony Parks on the call beginning at 6:20 here on The Zone. DJ PK, that is what is trending. It's brought to you by Shamrock Plumbing. There's no job too big or too small. Get the personal touch with Shamrock Plumbing. Coming up, former BYU linebacker David Nixon, 8 o'clock. Troy Renk, Denver Post sports columnist, 8:30. How much progress are the Buffs making? And how many Utes and Cougars are going to be on the roster for the Broncos this year? There are a lot of guys who played college football on this side of the mountains trying to play NFL football on that side of the mountains. We'll talk with Troy coming up at 8:30.